So now, welcome to yet another weekly recap. We are going to talk about this week, everything that happened this week. Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, it's Aurelie again, the great Forex trader who has decided to make this year the year of profitability, success, consistency, confidence in her trading journey. So, if there is one thing I've been telling myself for past few days is that the moment I start making money off of this market, I will print without mercy. And I say I will print, I know that the moment you start making money out of trading, you become like a printing machine. I will be a printing machine, a multiple printing machine. I'm not going to be tolerate anything. Like I'm not going to have mercy on this market because what this market has done to me, it has shown me shaggy. I have seen it. I have cried. I have been depressed. In fact, I have lost money. I have lost sleep. So when I want revenge, don't worry. So if you like content like this, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel so you come along with me on my journey. Thank you so much. I have notes. I have a lot of notes here, guys. Like I have a lot of notes. But this we are going to talk about the days that I traded, the trade that I took, my P&L for the week, the lessons that I learned, and also the mistakes that I made. So now we are going to start with the days that I traded. I traded 5 out of 5. That is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And on each of these days, I took one trade. Yes, I followed my rule of one trade, 1:2, risking $30 in order to make $60. That is literally what I did. And it was so good. We're going to talk more in this video. So come along with me as I share with you my screen and we are going to show you every trade that I took and how it all went. Let's go. So as I said, we have notes here. I have all my notes right here, and I am so glad that I now take my notes this way, like my journaling. This is how I journal right now. On the first part, you see these tables here. On this part, I literally just write the pairs that I traded, the result, the if I followed my plan or not, the lessons that I learned. Down below, on each day that I traded, I write exactly what I saw before taking that trade and how the trade went. If the trade went up against me, what did I learn? If the trade went my way, what did I learn as well? This way of journaling is very, very good. It gives you specific ideas on what you are looking out for, and it makes your studying during the week very easy. Honestly, I studied yesterday, that was Friday. Immediately I came back from wherever I went, so I came back, I studied. Then it did not take me up to 1 hour for me to study and understand exactly where I went wrong. And we're going to talk about that right now. So I'll share my screen with you guys and you're going to see everything that went on yesterday. Okay. Okay, so currently we are sitting on my screen. This is my screen. And we are going to start with the first trade. The first trade I took was on JPP JPY, and we are on currently on Euro. No, this is JPP JPY. I traded from here. Okay, I didn't take this trade, ignore it. I didn't take that particular trade. Now, this is a trade that I took on, no, that is no Monday. This is a trade that I took on Monday. Now, if you watch my previous video, I was saying somewhere that I took a trade on Monday and the trade kept on going up and down without hitting me either stop loss or TP. Then at the end of the day, it actually gave me TP though, but it was very funny. It was very funny a trade. This is a trade right here. And why did I take this trade? If you see very well, there is this break of structure here. So I waited for price to tap me in. Immediately price tapped me in. Sorry, my stop loss was somewhere here and my TP was somewhere here because I was targeting a 1:2. So immediately price tapped me in. Price tapped me in and immediately it went to my direction. This was another possibility of the same trade, but this was on Tuesday. JVP JPY. Unfortunately, I did not trade JVP JPY on Tuesday. I traded Euro USD. So we are going to go to Euro USD right now, and I'm going to show you what happened. Okay, the trade I show you on JVP JPY was actually a winning trade, so I hit CP on that trade. Now the second trade was a losing trade on Euro USD. And I'm going to explain something, a mistake that I made, and I've noticed that each time I make this mistake, I pay. I've noticed that this week a lot. Each time I made a mistake, I pay for it. This is Tuesday's trade right here. And if you can see very well, right here, right, we still had this break of structure here, and we had this fair value gap right here, right? So I was targeting a 1:2. This is what happened. Price came and it missed me with like 1 or 2 pips. Immediately it did that, price went straight to TP. Then I was waiting for price to tap me in. Immediately price taps me in, it went out. So I lost this trade. Immediately I saw that price had missed me. I left, but I don't know why, for some reason I kept on holding. No, I entered again. That is the first mistake that I made, and we're going to talk about that, elaborate a little bit more when we are done with what we are doing right here. So price tapped me in and it took me out at a loss. That was on Tuesday. Now Wednesday still was JVP and we are going to go back to JVP and I will show you the trade that I took on JVP on Wednesday. Now let's go to Wednesday, which is here. It was fortunately a winning trade for me. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, why did you take this trade? Why did you take this trade? You can see right here that price swept liquidity here, gave me a tiny change of character here. I entered and it gave me a 1:2 clean, like very clean. That was it for Wednesday on JPY. Now, on Thursday, I went ahead and took another Euro USD. So let's go back to Euro USD. And there is something I've noticed with this particular Euro USD. I took a lot of losses, and all the losses that I had this week were on Euro USD for some reason. I don't know. Okay, Wednesday we have, yeah, Wednesday. This is Tuesday. No, Wednesday here. You will see that on Wednesday the same thing happened, but the market actually tapped me in, right? It gave me a cool 1:8.3. Immediately it gave me that 1:8.3. I was just like few pips away, like this is it here. My 1:2 was here. It would have just like tapped me in and move, but no, it didn't. No, it gave me a 1:7.72. 1:1.72. Sorry, it gave me a 1:1 a 1 is to ah it gave me a 1:1.72 and it reversed and took me out. That was on Wednesday. Now on Thursday, I was so pissed. Like this particular Thursday trade, I was so pissed. I'm not going to lie. Same thing happened. It missed me initially right here because this is where I wanted to enter. It missed me, it didn't tap me in. Like I don't even know why it didn't tap me in. This is literally where I was looking at my entry. Sorry. Oh, okay. This is literally where I was looking at my entry, but it did not miss tap me in. It missed me, came all the way, stopped me out, and went straight to my direction after that. This is Thursday. Now on Friday, it was still Euro USD. Same thing. I was looking for a sell. However, price. This is Thursday. Thursday I didn't take this trade. Now Friday, there was a news came in, and price took me out immediately. It went and tapped me for a 1:2. So these are the various trades that I took, and this is how it went. Now we are going to talk about something that I noticed. As I said, the first thing that I noticed is that I miss my entry, and price, if I keep holding, price is going to stop me out. And now we're going to talk about what one thing that I noticed. The first thing that I noticed is that each time price stops me out, or each time I miss my entry, price is going to either go straight to my TP, or if it taps me later on, it is going to take me out and still go straight to my TP. I have noticed that a whole lot. I'm still trying to figure out what I'll do, but I'll have an answer to that this night. Today is Saturday, and I'm going to upload this video today, Saturday. I have the whole of this night to study so that things are going to be even better for me. Let's continue. Another thing that I notice is that my 1:2 is actually a very good risk to reward. However, there is a little problem that I have. Sometimes I find it difficult to calculate my lots with Euro USD especially. I don't know if anybody can help me. How do you calculate lot size using Euro USD? This is going to be very, very helpful. If you can do this for me, I'm going to be very grateful. Thank you very much. The reason why I say I have issues calculating my lot size is because sometimes I want to enter a trade and I'm just guessing my lot size. And the moment I guess my lot size, I'm going to enter and be risking like $16, meaning I have to look for another way to risk another $16, and it's very difficult. So I find myself either risking like $18, that's going to be at the end of the day. I'm risking $32 instead of risking $30. I don't know if I make sense. Now that is another problem that I have. Okay, those are the problems that I have, and now we are going to talk about my win for the week. So this week I took 5 trades, and out of these 5 trades I won two and I lost three. My three losing trades were not like I was wrong with my direction. I was actually right with my direction, but the problem was that price will either miss me or price will tap me after missing me, and immediately is going to hit me out and still go back to my TP. That is very, very I don't know if I should say it's very stressful, but it's something that makes me very, very uncomfortable, and I'm still trying to see how I can work on that like I will do. So we're going to go through the lessons that I learned, and we are going to start with the first lesson that I learned this week. Well, guys, okay, let's start. The first lesson is that, and this is my biggest lesson this week, do not let fear hold you from executing your trade. The moment you have a setup, the moment you have a trading plan, just execute. If that trading plan is wrong or right, execute first. Now, when you have your execution for the first week, you study that, like if you had losses like 5 losses that week, or if you had 3 losses that week, no matter the amount of losses or wins you have that week, you study it for that week. Once you're done studying, that is the data that you're going to need to help you improve. Are you going to change this trading plan, or are you going to continue with it? That is it, right? Now, as I said, the moment you have a clear written plan, you're no longer scared to execute your plan, right? There will always be something to learn, either a win or a loss. You're going to learn always. Reason why we are on this journey is called a journey for a reason. You are on a journey to learn. Some days on your journey is going to be very good, other days on your journey is going to be bad. That is it. Like, I have learned to take the good days as a celebrating period, and the bad days to look for the lessons that life is trying to teach me. That is the same thing with trading. I look at the bad trading days like, oh, what did I do wrong? What can I implement? What can I change? What can I add? What can I reduce? That is it. The good days, I'm like, oh, I'm doing progress. I'm having progress. I'm growing. That is literally it. Now, that is the second lesson. The third lesson is going to be, once you understand your setup, the most important thing is just to watch the market print. If your setup requires you to have a fair value gap and order block, and you are looking at the market, you are not seeing these things, that means it's not yet time for you to print. It's not yet time for you to execute. Sorry. When the market has given you all these signs, that is when you look out to execute. Literally, that is it. When the market has given you your fair value gaps, your order blocks, your liquidity, your break of structure, if you're not seeing these things, you don't execute. You only execute when you're seeing these things. That is the third lesson. Now let's talk about the last one. It's going to be the most important lesson for me. No, one of the most important. The first one was fear. Now the last lesson is that this market does not know you. I know. This market does not care about you. It does not care about your emotions. It does not care that you're using money to trade, right? It does not care that you're losing money. It only cares about the fact that you are studying it. I don't even know, even if you're studying it, it cares. It does not care about anything that concerns you because they don't even know you. They don't say, yeah, papa, da. Now, you are the person studying the market, not the other way around. That means you don't need to blame the market when things go wrong. I think at some point in my trading, I used to blame the market a lot, like, oh, there's some manipulation in this market. People are manipulating this market. The banks are manipulating this market and blah, blah, blah. I don't know if there's manipulation or not, but right now, the moment I take a stop loss, I try to identify why I am taking my stop loss. Last thing, the last one. I think it is important as a trader to have a handwritten notebook. I know that with the development of the world right now, social media, technology, and everything, we literally journal online, which is not bad. We have good journaling softwares like Notion and the rest. However, journaling with a notebook like this, where you literally take notes, you write down everything that happened in the market for you that week, it gives you a clear understanding. The moment you're taking your pen and you're using your hand to write, you literally envision things a little bit clearer and better than when you are using. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is what I think though. That is it. Every trader needs to have a notebook where they journal their trades. The way I do it, let me show you guys. I don't know if you can see, but let me just show. If you look very well on here above, I have this board. Then below you will see these green stuffs here are literally like days that I'm trading. On these days when I trade, I write everything that happened on this trading day, the lessons that I learned. Did I take a stop loss or did I take a TP? If there was a stop loss, what happened? If there was a TP, what happened? That is it. That is just how I do it. Then I come at the end of the week somewhere, you're going to see that I write a lot. I come at the end of the week somewhere. I write the results for the week. These are the results for the week, and these are the lessons that I learned this week. Next week, I'm going to do the same thing. And I think I started doing this thing last week, and since then, it's been better. That does not mean that I've made a lot of money. It just means that this week, if I calculate my P and L for the week, I made $30 because I win two trades and I lost three. Right? I made $30. I'm going to leave you guys with the P and L for the week somewhere, or the overall P&L for the week somewhere. But it doesn't mean that I made a lot of money. I made $30. But out of this $30, there were a lot of improvement in my trading. I'm not going to lie, the past few days, last week and this week has been so good. And I hope I continue like this. I'm not planning on changing anything. I plan on twisting things a little bit here and there, but not changing anything drastically anymore. I am so proud of how things have turned, and I'm so glad. But if there's one thing I'll say, and I keep saying, is that the moment I'll be able to start making money off of this market, ah, this is are going to beg me, like, please stop, because I will print, I will live life, like I will be lavishing. Wait. So this is literally what I had to share with you guys for today, and I hope you learned something from my P&L for the week. I hope you learned something from my weekly recap. I hope the video was explicit enough. If you guys have any recommendation, or if there is anything I can adjust or modify, please leave it in the comment section, and I'll be so glad to work on that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm definitely going to see you in another video. Ciao ciao.